Hello there, young one. Come sit with me a minute. Don't be shy. I don't bite much anymore. They tell me I'm 110 years old now. 110. Can you imagine carrying a number like that around? It's heavier than the old steamer trunk in my attic, the one full of yellowed letters and faded photographs. But I don't mind the weight, not really, because I've learned something in all these years that most people never get the chance to learn. Death isn't the enemy hiding in the shadows. Death is the kind old neighbor who's been waiting patiently on the porch swing for decades, rocking gently, saying, "Whenever you're ready, sweetheart, the tea's already poured." People look at me now, skin like tissue paper, hands that shake when I try to button my sweater. And they assume I'm terrified. They whisper, "Poor thing," clinging to every last breath. They think I'm fighting the clock with everything I've got left. They've got it completely backwards. I'm not afraid. I'm ready, more than ready. And if you let me, I'll tell you why. Let me start with the coat. I've been wearing the same heavy winter coat since 1915. Back then it fit perfectly. Thick wool, warm, stylish even. I was proud of it, but year after year, decade after decade, it got soaked in rain, torn on fences, stained with coffee and tears and birthday cake frosting. The lining frayed. The buttons grew loose, the pockets filled with memories I couldn't throw away. Now, it's so heavy I can barely stand straight some mornings. Every day I have to button it up again, tighten the belt, drag it around. My body hurts under it. My breath comes short. And you know what? I'm looking forward to taking it off. Not in despair, not in defeat, but with a long relieved sigh. The same sigh you give when you finally kick off tight shoes after a 12-hour wedding dance. That's what death feels like to me now. Just taking off the coat, folding it neatly, setting it aside, and stepping into something lighter, something warmer, something I've earned. I've said goodbye to so many. My George, oh my George, he left me 47 years ago this spring. I still talk to him sometimes when the house is quiet. I tell him about the new roses I planted, even though the thorns prick my fingers now. I think he's listening. I think he's smiling that crooked smile he always saved just for me. My daughter Clara went 20 years after him. Answer: quick and cruel. She was only 62. I held her hand until the end. She looked at me with those big eyes and whispered, "Mama, it's not so bad." And she was right. Friends, cousins, neighbors, one by one, they've slipped away. The street outside used to be full of children's laughter and screen doors slamming. Now it's quiet, too quiet sometimes. My world has become a ghost town of memories. But here's the secret they don't tell you when you're young and afraid. Every goodbye makes the next hello sweeter. I truly believe that when my turn comes, I'll walk through that door and find them all waiting. George with his pocket watch, tapping his foot like he always did when I took too long getting ready. Clara with her arms open. Old Mrs. Jenkins from next door, probably complaining that the coffee's too weak. It won't be a sad reunion, it'll be the biggest, warmest homecoming I've ever known. Now let me tell you something else I've learned. We aren't really afraid of dying. We are afraid of not having lived. I've seen it in the eyes of people half my age. They lie awake at night, hearts racing, thinking about the end. But what they're really seeing is the life they haven't started yet, the words they never said, the trips they postponed, their forgiveness they withheld because it's not the right time. There is no right time, there is only now. And now is slipping through your fingers faster than you think. Let me share a few small stories. Things I wish someone had told me at 30 or 40 or even 70. First, the red dress. In 1957, I bought a beautiful red dress. Silk, bright as a cardinal. I wore it once to a Christmas party, then hung it in the closet because it was too much. Too bold, too loud for a woman my age. I told myself I'd wear it again someday. I never did. It stayed in that closet until George died. I found it when I was cleaning out his things. Still perfect, tags on. I cried for an hour, not because the dress was wasted, but because I had wasted myself waiting to be allowed to be bold. So I wore it to the grocery store the next week, head high. People stared. I smiled bigger, and you know what? The world didn't end. Wear the red dress today, tonight. Don't wait for permission. Second the grudge. I held one against my sister Evelyn for 32 years. She said something cruel at our mother's funeral. I never forgave her, never called, never wrote. She died in 1994. I didn't go to the service. For years I told myself I was right, but carrying that anger was like swallowing battery acid every morning. It burned me, not her. When I finally let it go, long after she was gone, I felt 20 pounds lighter. The coat got a little less heavy. If you're carrying anger right now, toward a parent, a friend, an ex, set it down. You don't have to reconcile if it's unsafe, but release it from your heart. It's too heavy to take with you. The grave doesn't have room for luggage. Third, the cake. My neighbor Betty turned 90 last month. Her family brought a tiny slice of cake, sugar-free, gluten-free, joy-free. She looked at it, then at me, and whispered, "I want the real thing." So I baked her a full chocolate cake with extra frosting. We ate half of it between the two of us, laughing until we cried. She said it was the best thing she'd tasted in years. 2 weeks later, she passed peacefully in her sleep. I'm glad she got the cake. I'm glad she didn't wait for someday. Eat the damn cake, drink the good wine, dance in the kitchen at 2 a.m. Life is too short to treat yourself like you're already in a nursing home. And one last thing, the body knows. Toward the end, the body becomes very wise. It turns down the lights slowly. Hunger fades, noise becomes too much. Pain softens around the edges. It's mercy, not cruelty. When George was going, I saw it in his eyes. He looked surprised, not scared, like he'd just remembered something wonderful he'd forgotten. He smiled, squeezed my hand once, and slipped away like he was stepping into another room to answer the phone. Easy, beautiful, peaceful. So here's my plea to you, from someone who's walked almost the entire road. Stop waiting. Stop hoarding time like it's gold coins under the mattress. Say the words. Book the ticket. Make the call. Forgive. Laugh louder. Love harder. Because when your coat finally gets too heavy and that quiet neighbor finally knocks, you want to be able to stand up, smile and say, "I've worn this thing long enough. I've lived every page of this book. I'm ready to go home." And when that day comes for me, whether tomorrow or next year or 10 years from now, don't cry too long. Throw a party instead. Play some jazz. Eat berries straight from the bough. Tell stories about the trouble I caused. Because I won't be gone. I'll just be lighter, unbuttoned. Oh, thank you for listening to an old woman ramble. Now go live. Really live. The clock is ticking, but it's ticking for you, not against you. Soft smile, small wave. Good night, sweet one. I'll see you on the other side.